Hi, I'm Caleb, and I'm a trained tobacco treatment specialist with Corktown Health. Thanks for tuning in to learn more about tips, tricks, and techniques that can help you take the first step towards a tobacco-free life. Previously, I've shared a walkthrough of the Quit Smart app as a free, convenient tobacco cessation aid that can be used on any smartphone. Today, we're going to be reviewing the Smiling Mind app, created by a nonprofit in Australia, which began with a vision to use technology to help equip and teach young people skills such as meditation and mindfulness to thrive in life. Although their vision started with young people, it has grown to provide effective and accessible lifelong tools to support healthy minds, and that means anyone can benefit from learning these skills. Because of that, they've made this app available for free in the App Store and Google Play without ads that get in the way and disrupt your experience. Before we get started, I want to talk a little bit about why we're sharing this app with you today. Using this app can be super beneficial for improving your overall mental health, particularly for countering stress, but as with any tool, it takes practice and time to see improvements. This is only one tool that can be used in combination with medications, social support, and daily health habits for anyone interested in beginning or sharpening their mindfulness practices. Even if you're simply trying to change a behavior, like reducing or quitting tobacco, managing your weight, or building a new routine, you may find that using this app can help you remain present in the moment and quiet the worries, stress, and pressures of your daily life. You could even try it to delay or ride out cravings. It's up to you how you choose to use it, and I want to show you what's inside the app and how easy it is to navigate and how it was designed with activities directed towards a variety of different life situations. Now let's get started. Even though this app seems very bright and colorful, and it does say right up the front it's got programs for people as young as age 3, don't be fooled, it's not just for kids only. Now, unlike the Quit Start app, it does require you to create an account, but it is free, so let's just go ahead and create an account. You can use your email, Google, or Facebook. It's up to you however you want to do it. If you already downloaded the app before and you select something that you've already signed up with, it is going to make you sign in. It won't let you create a new account using that same method that you used before. If you don't want to use Google or Facebook, you can put in any email. All you need to do to create a new account is enter first and last name. It can be whatever you want, to be honest. Put in an email and then put in your password and then create. You are going to have to confirm that you accept the terms and conditions. And then it's up to you if you want to receive those, if you want to receive any extra tips or tools via email. I'm opting out. Now, it'll also offer you some categories to choose from to describe yourself. So if you're an individual, go ahead and check that first one. That's what I'm going to do right here. If you're a parent, go ahead and pick that. If you work in the healthcare field, pick that one as well. If you're an educator, for a professional, you're talking about someone who works in the field of mental health. So why might they actually be asking these? There are specific programs that you'll see that are tailored towards some of these demographics right here. It'll ask you how much experience have you had with meditation, and then it'll ask you how old you are. And what are you most interested in? Consider what are your goals. Is your goal to manage stress? Is your goal to improve your performance, intention, or concentration? Improving relationships as in your support system? Improving your well-being? You can even pick something like mindfulness at work if you're constantly in and out of the workplace. And sleep is another one. It'll ask you when you want to practice meditation. This is so that you can build a regular routine, and you'll also have the opportunity to schedule a regular reminder. So if you click one of those times a day, it might offer you a default time, but you can also click that and choose your own time to set a daily reminder. Now it is limited only to once a day, but if that's something that'll help you practice daily mindfulness or meditation and that's what you're looking for, go ahead and use that feature. Otherwise, you can say no thanks. Now, when you first download the app, you'll see this screen. You're going to become very familiar with this because we'll see this again. You can just quickly go through. This is to help establish a baseline here. These are questions that will help you track your mood before doing an exercise. So, for example, the first one asks, I've been feeling close to other people, and the options are never, rarely, sometimes, often, or always. I ask you, how satisfied are you with your sleep? It also asks you, if someone were to ask you about your feelings, how easily have you been able to identify your emotions? How easily distracted are you? And have you noticed your emotions without having to react to them? And whether or not you've been feeling agitated. So then it brings you to this page right here. This is not the home page, but this suggests a few programs to get started. Everyone will get the Intro to Mindfulness program. Mindfulness Foundations, I believe, is offered to everyone as well. And the Thrive Inside program, which was actually developed in response to COVID. It'll then take you right to the Explore page, but let's look at the home page for a second. On the home page, you'll see a reminder at the top of what mindfulness is, along with the Getting Started counter. This will keep count of how many meditations or activities you've completed. It's just a way to encourage you to dive right in. And then the recommended programs. So you can either click at the bottom, Explore, or you can choose at the bottom of this page below your recommended programs, explore more programs. Again, some of these categories that you'll see here, adults, kids, those actually overlap with some of the demographics that were at the start of this. So let's just take a look at the adult one. Under each of these categories, you're going to find what are called programs in the app, which are just related content that could be something as simple as a series of meditations, self-paced activities, videos, or a mix of any of those. Some of the programs are actually going to be more topical, or they'll have a shared theme that could be something like the length of the activities, like the bite-sized programs, which are all really quick exercises that can be done throughout your day. One to get going, two for a midday break, and one to end your day with. The Mindfulness Foundations is one of the most comprehensive programs, and this one is actually intended to introduce you to a larger menu of selections to choose from that build from 5 core skills: activating awareness, attention, and engaging your senses and making space for examining thoughts or appreciating your emotions. Some of the common activities that are available for all audiences and environments include some of the below ones, like body scans, stress management, practicing gratitude, curiosity, building positive relationships through mindful communication, and unwinding before sleep. Although the app does recommend that you start with these 101 exercises at the top, remember that you can set your own pace and you follow what makes sense for you and your needs or interests. So just looking through here, 101 focuses on the body and the breath. 102 are sounds and tastes. 103 are thought-related activities. 104 are emotion-related activities. And you have a series of 200 activities, and this is when you begin to build curiosity and your beginner's mode. 202 are specific to stress. 203 are related to sleep and practicing gratitude. And 204 are your relationship-focused exercises. 205 is mindful listening. But let's take a moment to start at the top of the Explore page. The first one is an intro to mindfulness. If all of this is new to you, there are some convenient, short, simple clips that will introduce you to just what mindfulness is, why, and how to practice it, along with 3 exercises that will help you warm up. So let's go ahead and play one of the first ones. These are all only a minute long. For the sake of time, I'm not going to play the whole video, but let's just take a peek. Most of the time before you begin an activity, you're going to see a screen like this one that highlights the type of activity it is, the format of the file it's going to be, and how long it's estimated to take you. This page, again, will pop up before each exercise unless you turn that feature off, and I'll show you how to do that later in the video. Plus, you'll also notice that now that we've taken the baseline, it's not always required. You can always skip it if you want to, so in this case, we're going to go ahead and skip it.
Practicing mindfulness can help us better manage the competing demands of our busy lives. Mindfulness also helps us make better choices by allowing us to respond with awareness, rather than habitually react to the events of our daily lives.
Now, some of the videos are going to play automatically, but after every single exercise, once you press this finish button, and after every exercise ends, it's going to have this little confetti animation and a total count of how many sessions you've done. To continue, you can either automatically play the next one, you can scroll and pick a different one, or you can go back to the Explore tab. So let's go in and just try an exercise together. Everything is usually preceded by a lesson. The lesson will be shorter than the meditation. I just want to show what a meditation can look like. Currently, most of the audio files will default to a gentle male voice, but there are over 50 exercises that also offer a soft female voice as a guide. And yes, since this app was created by an Australian nonprofit, every voiceover is likely to sound different to those of us that are used to hearing American English, just like that video sample that we played. I didn't find this too difficult to adjust to, but this may be something that is a deal breaker for someone else watching this today. For those that you can choose the option, you'll just toggle over to male voice or female voice. Purple is the one that is selected. Also, if you notice next to the X at the title of the exercise, there's a cloud with a downward arrow. This allows you to download a particular exercise so that you can access it whenever you're not around Wi-Fi as well. Again, you'll see a specific series of related questions, which you can skip. You can play it.
To begin, bring your attention to your breathing and take a few long, slow breaths with your eyes open and gentle.
And since this is the first time that we are playing the app, we can actually go and toggle on some background music. Press that music icon. It is a slider, so you can go from mute to a louder music volume, and you can also toggle this at the bottom. That will allow the background music to continue after the meditation is complete. So as the exercise is wrapping up, you have the opportunity, instead of pressing that finish button, to continue playing the music in the background.
Out through your mouth.
If you decide at any time that the music is too loud, you can go back, turn that off,
it's a little longer
and toggle that back off. You also have the option to favorite any exercise that you like, and you can skip back 10 seconds if you've missed something, or let's say you got interrupted in the middle of an exercise. So back on the Adults tab, and looking at the programs that are offered, there are just a few more areas in this category that I wanted to highlight that we haven't looked at. As you can see, as I start to scroll down, there are a variety of things. One specific for sleep. There's a specific 21-night program for sleep. The Thrive Inside program, again, that was developed during COVID. A Calm Everyday Mindfulness one. Daily Commute are exercises designed to use on the go. A digital detox option. Extended meditations. 10-minute meditations. Mindfully going back to school, and the relationships one. So the relationships one I want to talk about quickly. I really like this program because social support is such an invaluable source of strength to be able to invest in and take out of. What I really like is the structure of this program, which shows how many different kinds of relationship someone might be navigating in their daily life. That includes a relationship with a partner, relationship with children, relationship with family, friends, and colleagues. But what I really like is it puts your relationship with yourself first. This area offers both guided meditations and self-paced activities to strengthen these bonds. For example, there's the Create Your Own Plant Tag activity. And this one actually offers an opportunity to take the time to explore what you need to thrive. You would start with a picture of yourself, or create one that shows you being your best self, and then write all the conditions, things, people, habits, or behaviors that allow you to thrive. So this might be your self-care habits, time with the people that support you, your goals, a ritual, healthy behaviors, modifications or reminders within your environment around you. I like this because you can adapt this for any goal you're working towards, like adopting healthy behaviors while cutting back on smoking or vaping. Another great structured program to support yourself in the face of a challenge is the stress management program. And this one's broken into 3 zones I like: the green, amber, and red zones. Activities in the green zone are meant to help you build resilience before confronting overwhelming stressors in the moment. And those in the red zone are for when you may be feeling overwhelmed by stressors, when you're most likely to experience intense emotions and sensations like racing heartbeat and body tension, racing thoughts, and trouble thinking. Those that are in the red zone are meant to help you pause and slow down so that you can work your way back down through the amber zone into the green zone, so that you can respond to stress once more instead of reacting to it. This can actually be used for all kinds of stress and not just the anxious worrying about something kind, which is why I wanted to highlight it. And if you find yourself reacting to stress from a fight with someone close to you, fear of something uncertain, or anger about something by lighting up a smoke or hitting a vape, try some of these. Unguided meditations are opportunities to practice mindfulness without a guided structure. These all have just light music playing for up to 20 minutes, with alternate versions that include a chiming at regular intervals. So if you would prefer a cue to shift your focus, try those. They might be helpful if you're doing a self-led grounding exercise as you focus on a different part of your body or movement. And the extended meditation exercises are longer than 10 minutes with the options for which narrator you prefer. Now back out to the main Explore tab and looking at the other categories. Just about every single one of these are going to include activities for when you're on the go. If you have kids in your life and you're also trying to teach them these skills, you can try something from this and you're going to find them broken up into age-appropriate exercises. There are also activities that can be done as a family. And some of the exercises you'll find are less about meditation and more about a suggestion. So for example, the mealtime one. The introduction actually includes different activities that you can do to make a moment of sharing a meal together. Some of the other activities are actually more environment driven. So if you're in the classroom or let's say you're in the workplace, if this is your first time opening it, you're going to see this pop up. Just close it. This is one of the only tabs that you will see both free programs and premium programs. For individuals, the free programs should be all that are needed. Let's say you're a small business owner. There are some exercises for how to integrate mindfulness and why it's so important when you're managing your own small business. The meeting starters are quick, short exercises that you can do before going into a meeting or after you've gone into a meeting to unwind. Moving on from the Explore tab to the Favorites tab at the bottom with the heart. Anything you favorite is going to come down here. So any program that's been favorited, any session which is by itself from a program will be available here. The More tab is at the bottom to the right side with a smile. This at the top is the reminder setting. This is how you can toggle those reminders on or off. So if you don't want any daily reminders, let's say you just get tired of them, you can just turn that off and turn it back up and change the time whenever you want. Under the reminders is the well-being check-in. The well-being check-in is that list of questions that pops up before every single exercise. So if you don't want to do that, this is how you would do that. You would just toggle this so that it's white instead of green. If you like doing it and just skipping it, keep it toggled on so it's green. You can also change the look of the app by adjusting your preferences. There is a light mode and a dark mode available. The system default just appears to look like the light mode. Since all that's required is a name, an email, and a password to log in, if you want to put in more information, that's up to you. This app was deliberately developed to try and be inclusive. And I believe that's why it doesn't ask for your gender at the start of this, but if you wanted to actually put that in, you can. And you'll see that there are options to keep unspecified, select male, female, or non-binary, and save that. Back up at the top of this page, you can also see which ones you've selected to be available offline. And another little known feature that I didn't get into, if you go back to the Explore tab, scroll all the way down, you'll see other languages. When you click that, you'll notice that there are practices available in a small number of other languages, mostly indigenous to select groups in Australia, but they also include exercises available in Arabic and Dari. And that wraps up today's review of the Smiling Mind app. Again, this is only one more tool that can be used in combination with medication, social support, and daily healthy habits for anyone who's interested in beginning or sharpening their mindfulness, especially if you're trying to change a behavior like reducing or quitting tobacco. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you found this helpful. For more information and resources and support to start your quit journey, contact our tobacco cessation team at 313-832 3300 extension 108 and follow our social media at Corktown Health on Facebook or Instagram for weekly content and subscribe on YouTube for new videos.